What does it take for you to execute on the dreams that you've been dreaming about in your life? Well, today I've got a veteran in the medical field, and we're gonna have a chat about his experience. What did it take for him to execute on his amazing dreams? And he's just recently received an award. And just stay tuned in, and you're gonna see Uguti. Today is gonna be a fire episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Kevin.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Doc, for saying yes to this interview.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure. I've been doing this now for a while, so it's very nice to be helpful and just to provide any information that you may require.
That's great, man. And did you come from a rich background?
Oh no, certainly not. Very poor beginnings, humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Like most of us, I guess.
Yeah.
And we just worked hard and persevered through the years. It was because I lost my dad when I was 6 years old.
Sure.
And my mom brought us up as three siblings or two other siblings, and put me through medical school.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
And what were some of the challenges that you were facing during that season of growing up in a family without a father, especially as a male?
I'm being the eldest, so I had to step up to the plate to help mom work through her life to make us as comfortable as possible, or keep us as comfortable as possible. And it was me there to support her.
Yeah.
At 6 years old, what can you do, right? Okay. But nevertheless, we had family support around us. Mom's brothers and sisters, etc., that assisted us. And through the years, we just persevered, and we went on to university, through bursaries and loans, etc. Sure. And then after that, I qualified in 1987.
Yo, I was really born. Yo, that's amazing. And out of every field that you could choose, why become a sports doctor? How did that one come about?
Yeah, good question. Because when we were growing up and at school and university, used to play a lot of soccer, volleyball, cricket. So I was in the sporting arena type of thing, at club level. Okay, I didn't get up to provincial level, but nevertheless, we were quite active.
The heart was there.
Heart was there. Probably talent wasn't there. But no, look, I wanted to do medicine, and I think partly because of what happened to my dad when he was 39 years when he passed on.
Sure.
So then I said, how would I marry both of these? So I started off, with normal medicine, and we continued playing sport, etc. So I'm saying, how can I get sporting, bring the sports into this? So I said, let me specialize in sports medicine.
Sure.
And that was 30 years ago.
Yo.
And at that time, the sports medicine as a discipline was its infancy, was still coming through at some of the institutions. Not all the institutions offer it, by the way.
Sure.
As a specialist, a specialist degree.
Yeah.
Now it's been registered at the School of Medicine as a sports and exercise medicine specialist.
Wow.
Okay. So once we had procured, we got the degree and started this. I got selected to head up our medical team to the Olympics and Paralympic Games.
What?
And,
which Olympics?
I started in Beijing. Prior to Beijing, it was more the Africa Games and stuff, and going back further to the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
My first Olympics was in London, 2012.
Wow.
And then I did Rio in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah. But also I did the Paralympic Games in 2008. That was in Beijing.
Wow.
Okay.
And tell me about the first big sports person that you worked with, and how was that experience for you? Maybe you've seen someone from afar on TV and that they've done so well. Now you get to work with them. How was that experience for you, and who was that person?
Well, I must admit, there wasn't a particular person, but it was a whole group, and then it inspired me the most.
Yeah.
And that was in 2008 Paralympic Games.
Sure.
But at that time, you had your Oscar Pistorius,
Yeah.
your Natalie Dutoy, all of them that were there in Beijing, and and I think we did the best out of all Paralympic Games at that in 2008 actually.
Yeah.
We won a lot of medals, etc. But I must admit, 4 years later at the Olympic Games, Chad Leclerc, right? You remember when he beat Phelps there? That was a highlight.
Yeah.
I mean, he never thought he could do that, but
Wow.
but he was always there with a shot.
Yeah.
And then at that games there were quite a few athletes there that performed, but then like Caster Semenya, for example.
Yeah. Sure.
And then I got to meet lots of other international stars. And at that stage in London, Mo Farah was flying for Great Britain.
Yeah.
In 5,000, 10,000.
Sure.
So, but yeah, there were a lot of other, athletes, elite athletes, like even Cameron van der Berg won the gold medal in the pool as well. So, and then other highlights was being part of 2010 World Cup soccer here in South Africa.
In 2010 I thought I was going to be rich by 2010, but 2010 was like such an incredible time for our country.
Unfortunately, I was attached to the stadium, working as a doctor here.
Yeah.
And meeting your superstars, footballers.
Yeah.
I'm a Liverpool supporter, so I managed to meet like Torres and guys like this. And then so you got to meet all the superstars, like if you're looking at like Kaká, that's it.
Sure.
Robinho, Samuel Eto'o, all of these guys.
Wow.
And then also getting to work with cricketers especially when they come here. So currently I'm working with Amazulu. I'm working with Durban City.
Wow.
I'm working with Richards Bay.
I know.
3 of them in PSL. And then I look after the Dolphins as well.
Yo.
Influence is no longer built in boardrooms or meeting rooms. Now it's built in your voice. At A46 Tech Studios, we make podcasting so simple, polished and professional. No need to stress about technical stuff or learn about equipment. Only just your voice, your story, and your impact. Whether you're a CEO, a coach, a change maker, or a content creator, this is your moment. 2026 belongs to the voices that prepare now. Click the link below to join our waitlist.
That's where
I love cricket. I love cricket.
Yeah. I see our girls have done very well. They beat India again, so they won the series now.
Sure.
Hey, good luck. Congrats to them. Yeah.
And out of any country that you could choose to work in, why this country? What is it about South Africa that is distinct compared to other places that you could work in?
Oh wow! Because look here. Firstly, there's a need. Okay.
Sure.
And I'm happy to say that through the years, through my 3 decades, the number of specialists coming out in the sports field have increased, and it's across all demographic. Because back in the day when we were there, the demographic was skewed.
Yeah.
Okay, but I must admit now it has improved drastically.
Sure.
And I say there's a need because the doctors or the specialists that we're producing here in this country are exceptional. They're getting poached by people from around the world.
Wow.
A lot of our doctors are heading up. Like when I was in London, the chief doctor for the Great Britain was a South African. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you an example. And a lot of them are going to places like Aspetar. Aspetar is one of those high performance hubs in the world.
Yeah.
That all elite athletes from around the world just gravitate.
Sure.
And a lot of our sports medicine doctors are there. A lot of our doctors are attached to like the Tour de France, for example.
Wow.
Some major races around the world. So I wouldn't want to leave this South Africa to go and practice anywhere else because I see we got the standards here. Sometimes we often don't realize that we have the talent, expertise, etc. But to answer a short question, I mean, to answer it in one word, I won't leave.
Sure. Here, what a privilege. You received this beautiful award this past weekend, it's written Lifetime Achiever Awards, and it's the MEC award, you said, eh? And what does this mean for you? It's a beautiful award. It feels nice and heavy and solid. It speaks that you've given solid years in practicing as a sports doctor. What does this mean for you, and how was the experience last week Saturday for you?
Well, firstly, I wasn't expecting it, but I was truly humbled by receiving the award. Because you must remember, in our field, it's not only me. It's an entire entourage of people that work around with athletes. You've got your physiotherapists, you've got your biokineticists, you've got your strength and conditioning, you've got obviously your coach, you've got your psychologist, you've got your dietitian. So it's all of us as a team that works with these athletes, and it takes so much. So about me receiving the award, I must admit, I must recognize all the other disciplines as well. But on the night it gave me a bit of goosebumps, and knowing that some of the athletes that I've been treating have received the award as well. So the Sportsman of the Year was Zeki Jinene. He won Sportsman of the Year, which came with a car. Frenkie Gwala, sportsman with disability. So and there were a lot of other, like what is the netball. Precious Ntembu, who used to play for the Proteas, but now is coaching Kingdom Stars, she also won Coach of the Year.
Come on.
So, there were a lot of people that I worked with that were present at the award ceremony and had won awards. So I was very happy for that.
Sure. That's really, really amazing. To get an award, it showed that you put in the work. And being a doctor was just a dream for you, and you pursued it, and you asked questions and stuff. And there's someone probably watching this video today, and they've got a dream, but they've never done anything about it, and their dreams, they feel like they're too far from them. What would you say to that person?
If you have a dream, and it sounds like a cliche, but I'm saying you got to reach for your dream.
Sure.
Reach for your dream and achieve it. The sky's the limit, but reach for the stars.
Sure.
It's if you have that passion, it'll come to you. The divine will always protect you and also guide you along the way. If you want to fulfill those dreams, I think you will achieve it. And with the grace of God, I think you will obviously achieve the best.
That's amazing. I'm just going to ask you one last question. Usually we have a telephone, but I'm going to ask you to hold this phone. You're going to make a phone call, right, to Dr. Kevin, who is 20 years old, right? And you're going to give him some advice and tell him what...
I'm a phone.
Yes, you're calling your 20-year-old self.
Oh wow!
And you're giving yourself advice about life. What would you say to yourself that is 20 years old?
So 20 years old is okay. You just probably still in university at the time, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Hope the university is not taking too much out of you. What do you want to do going forward with your degree that you're going to get? Oh, okay. Sport sounds good. I think you need to set your mind to that and just hope and pray that everything works out, and I'm sure it will work out for you. Yes, you're going to need help along the way, but in trusting God, I'm sure that everything will unfold for you. So just be strong, keep the faith, and also keep the strength, and also have the hope that you will succeed. Take care. All the best.
Yo,
Wow.
thank you so much, Dr. Kev.